Hello Widget Watchers, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to build a stopwatch app from scratch using Handler and runnable in Android. This is a very important concept because before jumping into coroutines or advanced timers, you must understand how Android handles repeated tasks on the main thread. So now, let's start coding the stopwatch app. So come to this activity underscore main.xml file, and here we are using constraint layout in this video, but you can use linear layout or relative layout as per your requirement. Okay. Now here first let's add the padding to this constraint layout so that our all child element will have some spacing from this side. So here add the padding property and add the value of 24 dp. Now here let's also add the background color so that our background will have a dark tone. So here add the background property and give the black color to it. Now come inside this constraint layout and from here remove this text view, and instead of this here add a new text view and here add the layout width as wrap content and layout height as wrap content. Then here give the ID to this text view and here add the ID as text view time. Now here I want to show the hours, minutes and seconds in this text view. Okay, so here add the text property and here add 00 for hours, 00 for minutes and 00 for seconds. So this is going to be the initial value, right? Now here add the text size and here add the text size as 40 at screen pixel. Then here add the text color and make the text in white color. And then here add the text style and give the text style value as bold. It's done. Now let's add the constraint for this text view. So here add the right constraint, then left constraint, and then top. It's perfectly fine. Now here we need to add 3 buttons, one for starting the stopwatch, one for stopping the stopwatch, and one for resetting the timer. So first here add the button, and for layout width here add the 0 dp because I want that this button should be occupy all the available width. And then for height here add the wrap content, and then for ID here add the button start. Now for text here give the text as start because this button will be used to starting the stopwatch. Then here add the background tint property and here give it this green kind of color, right? Then here add the text color and add the text color as white. Now here we need to add the constraint. So here add the right constraint, then left constraint, and then add the stop constraint to the bottom of this text view constraint. Okay, so add that. It's perfectly fine. Now let's drag this button to downside because there should be some margin from the above text view. Now it's perfectly fine. Now just copy this button and add it one more time. This time just change the button ID to button stop and change the text to stop. And then for background tint, here add this red color. And then here instead of this TV time, here add the button start, so that this stop button will become below of this start button. It's perfectly fine. Now here do one more thing, change this layout margin top value to 20 from 76. Now copy this button one more time and add it one more time, and here change the ID to button reset, change the text to reset, and here add the background color as this kind of blue color. And one more thing, here change the button start to button stop. Now let's come to this main activity.kt file and let's build the logic here. Now first here we need to create few variables to keep track of time and state. So first here create a private variable named seconds and assign it to 0. So we will use this variable to keep track of the number of seconds that have passed. Next, create another private variable named as running and assign it to false. So this variable will help us to know whether the stopwatch is running or not. Okay. Now let's create the hero of our stopwatch app, which is a handler. So create a private variable named handler and assign it to handler. Then import the handler class. While importing this class, make sure that you import this Android OS handler class. Okay. Now inside this handler, here add the looper and import it. and then here add the get main looper method. So this method will ensure that the handler will run on the main thread. Now we have our handler ready to use, and we have added all the necessary variable to keep track of time and state. Now let's come inside this onCreate method, and first let's access our buttons using view binding. So here first add binding, then our start button, then add the set on click listener method on this button. So here when user will tap onto this button, we want to start the stopwatch. So here set the is running variable to true. Then copy these two lines of code and here add it one more time, and this time change the button start to button stop. Then again paste the same button code and this time change the button to button reset. Now come inside this button stop thing, and here we want that when this button is tapped, we want to stop the timer. So here make the is running value to false. Okay. Then come inside this button reset, and again the same thing, when this button is tapped we want to stop the timer. So here add the value as false for this is running, and then when our stopwatch is reset, we want that seconds value should be 0. So here add the seconds and then assign the value to 0. Then here add the update time method. So we will use this method to update our text view, and don't worry, we will create this method just in a minute. Now after setting up the button, we need to start the stopwatch. So here add a new private method as run stopwatch. Then inside this method, we need to use the handler to post a runnable task that will update the time every second. So here first add the handler variable, then add the post method on it. So this post method will take a runnable as a parameter. So here add the object keyword, then runnable and import it. Then inside this runnable, we need to override the run method. So before that, remove this curly braces of this post method. Then here add override fun, then the run method, and then inside this method, here add a condition that if the timer is running. In that case, if the timer is running, then we need to increase the seconds value by 1. So here add that. Then when seconds value is increased, we need to update the time. So here call the update time method. Then here add the handler again to post a delayed task. So here add the post delayed method of this handler. Then inside this method, first add this runnable using the this keyword. Then after this, we need to specify the delay time, like after how much time we want to run this task again. So here add the 1000 millisecond, which is equal to 1 second. And keep one thing in mind, that here we always need to give the time in millisecond. Like let's say you want to perform a task every 5 seconds, then here you need to add the 5000 milliseconds. Okay. Now come outside of this method and here create the update time method. Now inside this method, we need to calculate the hours, minutes and seconds from the total seconds value. So first create a value named hours, and to calculate the hours, we need to divide the total seconds by 3600 because there are 3600 seconds in 1 hour. So here add seconds divided by 3600. Then create another variable named minutes, and to calculate the minutes, we need to get the remaining second after calculating the hours. So here add seconds remaining after dividing by 3600. So here add seconds percentile 3600. Then we need to divide this value by 60 because there are 60 seconds in a minute. So here add that. Then create one more variable named seconds, and to calculate the remaining seconds, we need to get the remaining seconds after dividing by 60. So here add that. It's perfectly fine. Now that we already calculated the hours, minutes and second, now we need to format this time in a proper way. So here create a variable as time, and to format the time, we can use the strings format method. So here add string.format. Then inside this method, first we need to specify the format in which we want to display the time. So here add this percentile 0 to D. which means we want to display a 2-digit number with a leading 0 if necessary. Then add colon, then again add the same thing for minutes, then again add column, and again do the same for seconds. Then after that, we need to pass the hours, minutes and seconds variable as argument to this format method. So here add hours, minutes and seconds. Now once we have the formatted time, we need to set this time to the text view. So here access the text view using view binding, then set the text property of this text view to the time variable. It's perfectly fine. So that's it for the coding part. We have created this update time method to update the time on the text view. Then we have added this run stopwatch method to start the stopwatch using handler. Then we have set up the buttons to start, stop and reset the stopwatch. Now let's run the app and test the stopwatch. Wait for a few seconds until the app builds and installs on the device. So here our UI is perfect. Now let's tap onto this start button and you can see the stopwatch has started. Now let's tap onto this stop button and you can see the stopwatch has stopped. Now let's tap onto this start button again and you can see the stopwatch has resumed. Now tap onto this reset button and you can see the stopwatch has been reset to 0. So guys, that's it for this simple stopwatch app. I hope you learned something new today, and if you enjoyed this project, then please do like and subscribe to Widget Wisdom, and I'll see you in the next one. In the next video, we will create a edge calculator app, so stay tuned for that.